Welcome to Holly Tree Manor on a rainy, somewhat dreary November day. You can see in the rain gauge we had about an inch overnight. That's pretty good. We needed it. But it is really just very, very gray today. I had to convince the dog to come out and take care of his outside activities, but he did. Leaves are all off the trees. I have one more mowing that I need to do to chop up the leaves. Can't really see it, but there's a little mist up on the mountain. And there's my boy. Did you pee pee? Well, that's a yes, or he'd have gone out in the yard. You can kind of see where the rain came in from the east this time. You can see on those trees. So I'm going inside because it's cold and damp out here. And I think I'm going to go downstairs and light up the wood stove. So come along with me. Hello and welcome to Holly Tree Manor. It's a cold and dreary November day outside. I made a flying trip into town for a couple of groceries and a few other things. And now that I'm home, I'm going to start a fire in the wood stove. It helps down here in the basement. It helps keep everything a little bit warmer, which makes the upstairs a little bit warmer. So I'm just going to get it going after I clean off the glass. If you want to enjoy looking at the fire, it really helps if you keep your glass clean. That'll do. Clean out just a little bit of the ashes. You don't need to clean it completely out, but you do want to make sure that the stove is cold when you do it. Don't try and do this with hot coals because you'll just smoke up your house. I like the heat from a wood stove. It's a hot heat. Now, I'm not going to tell you how to do this. If you have a wood stove or if you're getting a wood stove, they come with an owner's manual. Read it. Follow it. There's lots of other channels out there on YouTube that'll tell you how to do this. This is just me and what I do. And I do it this way because I have some experience. But follow your owner's manual. Follow the advice of the guy who comes and cleans your chimney every year. But there is something really cozy about a fire in the stove, or if you have a fireplace. Growing up, I lived with my grandparents, and they had a real old time furnace in the basement that could burn coal or wood, and their house was always warm in the wintertime. My late husband and I used to come down here, and in the mornings we'd bring our coffee down, sit on the couch. He'd get the fire going, and we'd just sit here and not really even talk. We'd just kind of be here watching the fire till we had that first cup of coffee, and then we'd get on with our day. And I really look forward to Saturday mornings when we had the time to do that. A mistake that I used to make when I was first learning how to do this was I would always put too much wood in the firebox, and that didn't allow for the airflow. If you're going to have a good fire in the stove, yeah, you need a fuel source, you need oxygen and a spark. And what I would do by cramming so much wood in there, thinking that, oh, okay, if you put all this wood in there, you won't have to run down here and tend the fire so often. Well, that I shouldn't have done that, because it didn't allow for enough airflow for enough oxygen. And that was something I learned early on. Make sure that your fire can get air. And yes, my late husband had more than one laugh at me when these things happened. Watching the fire is it's a primitive joy. At least that's how I would kind of describe it. There's just something about it that speaks to our ancient history, watching the fire. It's hard to believe, but all that firewood that I have stacked up outside, by the end of March, almost all of that will be gone. That's why I put in so much hard work doing that, because there's something very pleasant about having fire in the wood stove, bringing a cup of coffee down here, and just sitting and enjoying the fire for a little while. It's peaceful. Sometimes we need to take a step back from all the busyness in our lives, no matter what that is. And I think this sitting by the fire helps. This also helps cut down on the electric bill. If my heat pump doesn't need to run as much, that's a plus too. And having a smaller house, this little stove can heat the entire house. Now we do have a man come in, a professional, comes in once a year, cleans the stove, checks everything, checks the chimney, cleans it, the whole 9 yards. He does give me a piece of paper for the insurance company that he has been here, that he has inspected it. If he makes any recommendations at all, I'm gonna follow them. If he says it needs this or that, like, okay, do it. Do it now. And like I say, if you get a wood stove, make sure that you read through your owner's manual and follow every recommendation in there. Well, I think that's about it. Thanks for visiting Holly Tree Manor today. Appreciate you being here. Just let this go for a couple more minutes, and then I'll be able to shut the damper and go upstairs. So if you would, like and subscribe, help the channel grow a little bit. And remember, above all, stay safe and find joy in everything you do. Thank you from Holly Tree Manor.